All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're jumping into a player prop specific video. We got 3 player props and the same game parlay for you guys in today's video, and I really like these picks, so hopefully we're looking at some cash here. But these are all taking place on Sunday. If you have not checked out our Sunday slate for the spreads and over-unders and everything, make sure to go check out that video. We'll also have a Sunday night football specific video and then another video with both Monday night football games included, so make sure to go check those things out. Before we jump into the video, guys, I'm going to talk to you about our 11,000 subscriber giveaway that we are planning. Less than 70 subscribers away from 11,000 subscribers. At 11,000, we'll be giving away an official NFL jersey to someone who subscribes. You get to pick the player, the team, home, away, all that good stuff. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for an upcoming video that explains it in further detail. And also stay tuned on our community tab and our Discord, which link is in the description. Our community tab and Discord that will be saying, how to enter and the specific steps to take. And before we get into it, gotta tell you guys a little bit about Sportsline. Sportsline is becoming my favorite tool when predicting games. They go ahead and computer sim every game 10,000 times, so you get somewhat of a computer backdated driven prediction for the game. They also have experts on the site, fantasy football help, all that good stuff. And right now you can use code SLANT and it'll make 3 months $4.99 for the tool. I've been using it. I was using it before even partnering with them, and I can say that honestly, so make sure to go check that out. That link will be in the description and the pinned comment. Go check out Sportsline. Glad to be partnered with them. But let's jump into our first pick, and we're heading to Denver, and we are looking at Dameon Pierce. We're going with his under 42.5 rushing yards. Last week he went for 11 for 33, so he was pretty close, less than 9 yards away from cashing this number, but he was out carried by Rex Burkhead, and I think that this game's going to turn into a runaway on the Broncos side, meaning the Texans are not going to want to run the ball. Dameon Pierce can catch as many balls. Anyone else in the Texans can catch as many balls as they want, but I don't see them forcing the run here. And 11 carries last week, he was the second guy to get the ball. Rex Burkhead again out carried him. So I expect this game to get out to the races for the Broncos and Dameon Pierce to not have the carries that would yield 42.5 yards in this one. All right, next up we have Rashad Penny here for the Seattle Seahawks. We're going with his under rushing yards as well, so we're already going with 2 unders here. Penny last week rushed for 60 yards on 12 attempts, so 5 yards per carry. He looked decent at times during that Broncos game. In fact, there was a couple stretches, including the stretch with his 26-yard run, I believe, that he was like, oh my god, he's tearing up this defense, doing with it whatever he wants. But for similar reasons like to last pick, I think that the 49ers actually control this game, and it's not really going to come down to the Seahawks running the football. And even if they do, last week he had a 26-yard run and still only finished with 55 or 60 yards. For him to go over 55.5 again, he would need one big break again, and also need 12 carries, which I don't necessarily see happening. I see him sticking way more into that 40 to 45 rushing yards lane. In the last season, for what it's worth, last season's last season, I get that, but for what it's worth, last season the 49ers were the 3rd best team versus the running back position. So I see this one as more of a 40-45 yard per game yard game for him. Maybe 11 carries, something in that lane, but I don't think 12 for 60 is something that we see again with Rashad Penny. All right, third pick's coming down to Tyler Higbee here for the LA Rams, taking on the Falcons. We're going with over 3.5 receptions. Now, I've seen this at 4.5, and I'll tell you right now, I really don't like it at 4.5. I got it at 3.5, had to play a little bit of the juice there, but if you have to pay anywhere from -150 on, I would not touch 3.5 here whatsoever. I've seen 4.5 on most books. Luckily, I got it at 3.5. I like that number a lot, but I would say if you can get 3.5 here, Tyler Higbee, prime candidate for this. He looked like a safety blanket in the opener for Matt Stafford. Especially with Matt Stafford's potential elbow injury and everything, Higbee's going to be that dink and dunk guy for him. Like I said, that little safe go-to target. He had 11 targets in game 1 for 5 receptions. If he even catches just a couple more of those targets, he has a ridiculous game. So we're going Tyler Higbee here over 3.5 receptions as our third pick. And now we are moving into the parlay range. This is coming in from the LV against Arizona game here. We have Derek Carr and James Connor. The picks that we're going with: Derek Carr over 25.5 completions, and James Conner anytime TD. Now, the Arizona Cardinals didn't look too great against Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying Derek Carr is Patrick Mahomes, but I do think that Derek Carr is going to be able to cut up this Arizona secondary. And then James Conner, I think that we're going to see a workhorse running back. The fact that we're just getting him at an anytime TD looks like something pretty good to me. I don't think that this Raiders defense is going to be able to stop them, especially if they get down to the goal line there. I think it's an easy punch in for James Conner. He had I think 10 carries last week, 1 touchdown. I think that we see a similar sort of stat line out of him. He didn't have the best game against the Chiefs, obviously. They had to kind of claw away at a passing game, but I think at least punching 1 touchdown in there is doable for James Conner. You're going to get anywhere from what I've seen, plus 270 to plus 300 on this play here, and I think that that's just because that Derek Carr number is a little high. Didn't come close to that last week, but that's what we're rolling with for the parlay, guys. Again, one last shout out here to Sportsline. Happy to be working with them. Make sure to go check that out. Link is going to be in the description and the pinned comment, and also keep an eye on the pinned comment for any added player props. But this is what we're rolling with. These are my 3 favorite player props of the week, and plus a little extra juice there with the parlay. So that's what I got for you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.